You think you're equal, and even though you guys are smart, you're able to engage and argue. You'll just never be as good as us at what we do.
Oh my god.
I don't even know where to begin there.
Well, here's the thing.
Feminism is resentment. That's the point.
The reason why is because the reason why men typically are better at women at a multitude of things is because men must create something. Men have to be competent. There's no, it's do or die for men. For women, it's do or get saved by a man if you're pretty enough. Men have to be successful from a mandatory standpoint because we face consequences if we're losers. Women don't face consequences if they're losers.
Right.
Chick will wake up, smoke all day, wake up, get invited to a boat, mute future, be networking with celebrities and rappers, millionaires, etc., and get in rooms with people way more successful than her without providing any value. Versus men don't get these same opportunities. So men must be competent.
Myron, I would agree with you if literally all the stats didn't disagree with that narrative, right? The vast majority of people marry and are in relationships within their income bracket, within their social bracket. This idea of marrying up happens very rarely, if ever. The vast majority of people don't have those opportunities.
The cheaters and the 80% divorce rate is what you're talking about?
No, I'm just saying.
Are you talking about a healthy relationship?
First of all, most people don't cheat. And second of all, yeah, when it comes to relationships, people marry within their bracket. They're not, the higher class man or whatever. No, they stay with the options that they have.
And actually, college-educated women are actually more likely to have a successful marriage.
Okay, see, I love that you guys are saying marry. That does not take into account the date she's been on, the men she's been around, the people she's met, the opportunity she's been given, etc. That doesn't account for any of that because there's no way to statistically assess that. However, it is irrefutable that women have far more opportunities than men do. That's a fact.
Within their income bracket.
That's wrong, PC. You're such an iron, PC.
How many?
Stop. A woman that has no social status, if she's pretty enough, can be in a room with a bunch of men that do have social status if she's pretty enough.
Exactly. They could, but that's not what's happening.
We're talking about the vast majority of people, right? We're not talking about exceptions.
Even an average woman can move to LA at 17 and figure it out. If Myron and I went at 17 years old to LA, we'd starve to death. Any woman can just move to LA with no job.
There's no way to quantify that. So you can't.
Well, we can
use common sense for some things.
I don't disagree with you. But when we quantify the fact that, most people, women who are poor, they can't afford to go fly to LA and meet, even go.
Baby, you're missing the point. So she can because someone's going to fly her out because she's pretty.
Instagram.
It's literally oh my God, pretty enough. Future or Drake will tell you to come to a party.
She's still gonna keep arguing.
These niggas is not getting invited to Future and Drake's party, bro.
She's never gonna stop.
Even female crackheads have a tent to go to. The men are under a bridge and shit. They're coping.
You were on whatever podcast? Yes. Yeah. You flew to LA.
Yeah.
Did you pay for that flight?
I did not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you pay for your meals?
Her Sims did. Her Sims paid for it. I watched it.
I like you. I just want to.
Hey. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna pretend I'm the vast majority of women. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pretend. The vast majority of people are not in entertainment. The vast majority of people are literally in working class jobs or jobs like that. The vast majority of women are not texting Drake and suddenly getting a DM from him. Let's not pretend these celebrities don't have millions of DMs to begin with. The vast majority who are poor stay with poor people.
Stop the show. The fact you're even on this platform right now shows female privilege. You,
I'm privileged. 100%. Cool.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're proving my point. What I'm saying is that you don't necessarily have an audience. You're not getting that many views yet. You're on a podcast right now with millions of subscribers, millions of views, etc. Right? Big platform. You're able to do that. Why? Because you're female. So a man, though, would have to work a lot harder than you, build up a platform, be comparable, where it's an actual value exchange to get an opportunity to come on. So what I'm saying is that women are presented far more opportunities than men do simply by being a female. That's irrefutable, and your own experience validates that. An average woman, right? An average woman commands more opportunities in the sexual marketplace than a top tier guy.
The average woman is not meeting a billionaire or a millionaire.
But she can. That's the point.
You met Myron. You're average. You just met a millionaire. You fucking retard.
Wait, you think you're above average?
She's exceptional. She said she's exceptional.
I literally I come from an upper middle class background. I'm not gonna pretend like I've had to
It has nothing to do with your background.
Oh my God. Listen, I came from an upper middle class background.
No, I didn't. If I was poor, I would have to be working right now.
Nobody's talking about your socioeconomic background.
Obviously, that comes into play.
So are you saying you're better than all these girls here? Are you better than all these girls here?
Is that what you're saying?
Have I been with what?
Are you better
than all these girls here?
No, I never said I was better.
She said
what are you saying?
exceptional.
Hold on. Let's make sure that we have Pixie. What are you arguing for?
No, what I'm saying.
Can we move on from her? I told you she was going to do this last show.
You guys keep saying
don't bully autistic people. Go ahead, Pixie.
You guys keep saying. No, what I'm arguing in particular is that most women are not Instagram baddie, hotties, whatever. Not even average-looking women. Most women are literally doing working-class jobs in middle to lower class. They're not meeting these millionaires or billionaires. They're literally just stuck within their own socioeconomic bubble. The whole idea that like, oh no, these women are like, you know, getting flown out to Dubai or whatever. That's a subsection of a subsection of a subsection of the population. So that's what I'm
the
trying
fact
to
that
say.
you got flown out to LA proves this point.
No,
Who
it
the
doesn't.
fuck
It literally proves the opposite. I am literally upper middle class.
Nobody.
You laugh at
Do you
it,
think
but
anybody
the problem-
paid for your flight because you're upper middle class?
no.
Do you genuinely think that had anything to do with your socioeconomic background?
No, listen. The fact that I could stream to begin with without having to work full-time jobs somewhere else.
Oh, you're a liar. If you
Crackheads
didn't
can
have
stream. You see the phone.
What the
Pixie,
fuck? How many
don't
poor
kill
people do you
yourself,
see
Pixie.
stream?
But if you didn't have a vagina, you'd be running here. You'd be on a skateboard coming to my room. Are
Again,
you
you're
fucking
pivoting.
joking?
How many poor people do you see stream? Usually they have to have at least a little bit of wealth so that they can afford to take time of their job so that they can stream. You know, and streaming isn't
That's just
lucrative at the
not true.
beginning.
I've seen so many broke people just stand on the
Okay,
block
I'm
and go
sorry.
live on Instagram all day. It's not that hard.
Oh my god. Okay, I don't know what to say. If you're making money off a streamer, if you're being
You see, this is an example of arguing in bad faith. What we're simply saying is that women that have no socioeconomic status, women that don't have anything, can still be in a room and get opportunities with men that are significantally higher than them on a social totem pole. That's what we're arguing.
And I agree.
Okay,
and-
that's it.
Okay,
Well, she's never going to
I-
stop. Never.
Dude, I'm literally, okay, first of all, you are having a bad faith conversation with me because you can't refute my points. Myron can actually refute them, so he's engaging
I just
honestly.
refuted your point that you
No,
didn't
you
get flown
didn't.
out because you're upper middle class.
I
That doesn't
literally,
take
and then I literally responded, oh, the fact that I could take off time to stream to get that money is
what, an
literally-
hour and a
okay,
Wi-Fi connection?
That the
Okay,
middle
but
class
anyways,
is.
Pixie, because you keep going back to the fact that you stream. What I'm arguing is that if you didn't stream, it wouldn't matter.
Does that
That's
mean
what
you're
I'm
rich?
saying. Do you understand that,
No,
that if you didn't stream, if you did not stream and you didn't have a platform, it wouldn't matter. You would still get the same opportunities. That's my point.
Okay.
She's going to keep going.
And also, because you're a streamer.
There's a bunch of girls here right now that don't stream.
Exactly. I'm trying to figure out what does this mean? Because why does she keep talking about socioeconomics and streaming? Can somebody please catch me up?
No,
Sorry,
because
to be honest,
Please.
I don't know if she streamed and she's still on the platform, so you know it is.
Yeah, like you don't have to stream, Pixie. I get that you do it, but it's not a prerequisite.
Yeah, no. And what
Can I ask you
I'm saying,
something? What if I didn't bring the views and didn't stream? Would I be here?
No.
There's a better performance on men. There is, unfortunately.
That's the
Okay,
difference.
I think we'll
wait,
move
hold on.
And the middle
Okay,
class in
move
America is
on.
poor now, so we can just throw
Sometimes
that
I
in
think
there.
y'all conflate women who actually come from families of wealth or whatever as like not having any money, because it's like there's a difference between a woman who doesn't earn any income herself because she uses like mommy and daddy's money basically while she's like still a student or something like that, so she doesn't have any money for herself. But there's also a difference between that and like a woman who is like young and she doesn't have like any, like maybe she just has like a single mom and she works at Walmart.
What are you
Like,
arguing?
What the fuck?
I don't even know what she's
I don't
saying.
know.
What are you arguing?
What are you
The point
saying?
that I'm arguing is that sometimes these women that you're saying.
Can we let other women talk? There's so many other girls here.
Yeah,
Let me finish my point.
No,
I'm
let
saying
her
that, like,
finish. She's on to something.
I'm trying to figure out what your argument is.
my argument is that
That's true.
are we done?
No, I'm
That is
listening, I'm
true.
listening.
The argument is that sometimes I think you guys consider some women to have like no money and stuff like that, but if you come from a place where you're like living with your parents and stuff like that, you're already in like if you're living with your parents and they're paying for your rent or they're paying for your tuition, they're like subsidizing parts of like your like living expenses.
Okay.
That's different than a woman who is like works at Walmart and she's like on a single income and she might even have dependents and she doesn't have like a family subsidizing her mortgage or her car payment or any of this shit. Like that woman is in a very different socioeconomic category.
Just so I understand, you think that we're conflating the two people where one girl comes from privilege, another girl actually works for her money.
Yeah, because you're saying all of these women have equal opportunities to get with like wealthier men, but like that's just not true because people marry within their socioeconomic background and stuff like that.
Hold on, look,
So,
again,
I think
you
it all
guys
falls
keep
under
using, you guys
standards.
keep using marriage as the limiting factor. What I'm arguing is that the women have the opportunity and the ability
Access.
to meet, date, and have access to these higher status men. And what you said about conflating, oh, this girl works for her money, she comes from a rich family, fantastic. Men don't give a fuck about either.
No,
Men
They
do
don't
not care
They do
about
care.
women's socioeconomic
They don't care
status
about
when
your
it
money.
comes to dating,
That's my
hanging out
point.
with you, etc. Now, when it comes to marriage, maybe that might come into play. But what I'm arguing is that an average woman has the ability to meet men that are out of her league, thanks to the internet.
Myron, I think it's unbelievable to think that a man would want a woman who has like a bunch of debt. Like, I think a man would care about
I'll marry her. What the fuck?
This is what I'm talking about.
Hold on. And you're forgetting it is the digital age, meaning if she's at Walmart and she has a cute butt, that bitch is getting a DM on Instagram.
From other working class men.
How often do you think Drake is
I'm telling you, they don't have to talk. This is all the value they add to podcasts is arguing. It fills up airtime to talk about nothing. They're never going to be right.
Refute back what we're saying instead of being like, oh, they only want to argue. I'm sorry.
Can I refute y'all?
Myron is arguing. You're not. You're just complaining.
Can I refute?
Yeah.
Because
go for it.
They're exactly right. And I don't understand why, because you guys are in your 20s, I don't understand why you guys aren't acknowledging the social media aspect of everything. Little Melissa in Bumblefuck, Kansas, if she fine as a fuck, somebody gonna see her and she will be flown out and be in rooms with billionaires because she's fine as fuck and she's from Bumblefuck, Kansas. It happens. It happens every day.
Happens, but rarely. We're saying
no, you guys keep equating it to marriage. We're not talking about marriage.
Let me hold on.
This is just an age-old truth, right? Upper class people like interacting with upper class people.
Okay, can we just I'm just gonna give an anecdote because it was already in the chat. I dated Martin Shkreli. It was super easy.
I love him. I know him. He's a good friend. I love him.
Okay, anyway.
Albanian as well, by the way.
He is Albanian, yeah, that's true.
And he was innocent.
He was not.
Oh, you are a dirty human. You're gonna turn on him? You dated him. You're a Democrat.
He would admit that he was not innocent, but it was not nearly as much at fault. Like
I'm glad he dumped you. Wow, you don't protect his name. You don't protect his name.
He admits that he did wrong.
All right, go ahead and please make your point.
He admits that he did wrong.
You were saying that you.
But anyway,
you dated this guy.
So I dated this guy. All I did was Facebook message him when I was like broke and in college and. Like I had nothing to me. I had no social status. I had like literally nothing to me. And he's like, okay, date.
Your mom's a lawyer and your dad's a stockbroker.
Yeah, sure he knew that. That was his first question.
No, it's a fact that you
didn't know that.
No, it's okay if you didn't know that. It's a fact that like for you to even like think about doing that, you're already in a different mindset than most women who are just like working and trying to like pay the first bill.
All she had was titties. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
No, you're literally ignoring what I just said.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, because I'm saying that literally to even like take that first step, like most women do it because you're able to get that.
I think she's saying because she's confident because of her background and because she comes from money, she had enough confidence to even go after a man like that.
That's
what she's saying.
She got a DM.
Everything. She probably just went
I was DMing him about the news. It was something about the pharmaceutical company, so I had interest in that, and then he DM'd
Do you think like a poor, like lower class woman is gonna have like even that in mind? Like,
yes, right. You don't know a lot of poor people, do you?
No, I talk to poor people.
I can tell, baby. You sound very privileged, and I can tell you don't know a lot of poor. And you don't know a lot of poor people because the things you're saying.
I know
like
about. Okay, I know about upper middle class people. That's what I know. I know about that and rich people, and I know the way that they interact. Yeah, you can tell, right? So, hello.
That's not good though.
No, I'm not saying that's great, but I'm saying that like literally.
Stop. Yeah, Pixie. You gotta understand that even though her family comes from upper middle class, you gotta understand that was irrelevant to the equation of the man dealing with her.
Okay.
She gonna keep going.
It was irrelevant.
And Pixie really follow the name. No, Pixie. No. Pixie. Hold on. Pixie.
I don't want you to talk.
If you follow your logic to its obvious conclusion, you're really making the argument that billionaire men put women in a conference room to increase their profit and sales. That's never happened in history once.
I don't disagree with that.
A billionaire has never brought a woman and said, you're going to increase my business.
Wait, what
That's
do you think
why all billionaires are men.
Wait, what do you
the
think
only way you guys can even touch money is through a divorce.
John, what do you think her argument was?
Her argument's, I think, the retarded one or the worst one?
I'm asking, what do you think Pixie's argument was? Because you just completely mischaracterized it. What do you think your argument was?
I nailed it. What are you talking about? I really nailed it.
What was my argument?
He nailed it.
What was the argument? If he nailed it, he should be able to say what my argument was.
Her argument is she's pretending she's on this podcast for other reasons.
No, that's not my argument. You obviously didn't listen to anything.
You pretend that someone asks her mom and dad, hey, are your parents lawyers before I fly you out? You're actually literally a teenager is more intelligent than you.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys, quick announcement real quick. Okay.